One of the beautiful things of having a deep walk with God, having intimacy with God, is the Bible speaks, or God's promises are that you shall not want, or He will be your provider. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. When you look at how God provides for Abraham the ram for the sacrifice, God is a God who provides. When you look at God in a relationship with man, we see how He relates to us. Is one of the aspects of his relationship with us is He calls Himself a father to us, and a father's responsibility is to provide for the family, to see to the needs and the wants of the household, and that's exactly what the Father does to us. In Psalm 23 we read in verse 1, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." So the psalmist David is saying, I have connected to God. I know who my God is. He is my shepherd to me, and I know I will not want. I will not want. I shall not be in want. In another version of the scriptures, he says, I shall not be broke. When you look at it in a simpler word, that means my pockets will have no holes. I will not be in lack. Now, wants are our luxuries, needs are our necessities. If you are a commerce student, you will definitely know this. I can live without my wants, but I have to have my needs met. So what God is saying is, if you are connected to me, I will not just look after your needs, I will also see your wants, the pleasures of life. In one of the portions of scripture, he says, in the presence of God there is fullness of joy, at His right hand there are pleasures evermore. And that's what the promise of God is. You connect to me and you will know what pleasures are. You will know what life is. You look into people in the scriptures, you look at Elijah in the Bible, the entire state or the entire country or the entire area was living in famine. There was lack happening all over, but God saw to it that his person, his child, would not experience lack. What did he do? He led Elijah to a brook where he could meet his needs of the water, and he made a raven, a bird that eats flesh, a bird that is a scavenger, a bird that would not go and feed others, but he made a raven go and feed Elijah, go and provide food for Elijah. That's what God does. When you connect to God, He will begin to use unexpected sources, unexpected people to become a blessing in your life. I want to tell you, you need to connect to God, and you will know, and you will declare this scripture, I shall not want. I shall not be in want. When the people of Israel were walking through the desert and they were in need, what did God do? He provided manna from heaven. He not just provided manna from heaven, He provided water from the rocks. That's what God is. He will look after not just your needs, He will also look after your wants. The Lord is my shepherd. Do you connect to God? Have you lived a life that is in deep connection, intimacy with God? I tell you, you will not lack. He will provide. In the Lord's Prayer, Jesus says, in one of the statements, He says, give us today our daily bread. That means we depend on God, we yield to God to look after every day of our life. If you begin to seek Him with all your heart, you shall not be in want. If you connect to Him, you shall not be in want. Once again I say, He will not just look after your needs, He will also look after your wants. He is a faithful God. He is a faithful Father. He will do it for you. Just as He did it in the old times, He will do it again now. I just want to stir you up today. Get closer to God, and you will not lack. God bless you.